All right. Hey, everyone. This is attorney Angie Holloway. Most of my clients just call me Angie. I am the managing partner of Edmonds Law Office, a small business law firm here in Atlanta, Georgia, that specializes in helping clients keep more profits in their pockets. In this short 6-minute video, I am going to go over some information about our ideal clients and how you can begin working with us if it's a good fit. All right, guys, so let's get into it. What are we going to talk about today? Number one, we're going to talk about industries and clients that we serve. Number two, the onboarding process with our firm. Number three, the contract drafting process. And number four, other services like outside general counsel or subscription-based plans for our business clients. All right, so let's talk about who we work with. We are a law firm that specializes in working with service-based businesses that are located all over Georgia, mostly concentrated in the Atlanta metro area. So here are some things that most of our clients have in common. First, most of our clients, they're badasses in their respective fields, and they typically have 8 or more years of professional experience and at least 2 years of experience in business ownership. Most of our clients are tired of working with 5 or 6 different lawyers for their business, and they would love to have one law firm or one lawyer, one team that can help take them through the next stage of growth. Most of our clients, they've worked too hard to have it destroyed by who we call meticulously, and you are wanting to take a proactive approach to protect your profits. Most of our clients, they want to talk to a lawyer when they need answers, and they're tired of being transferred from one support staff to another, or paralegal or a legal assistant, and when they want legal advice, they want to be able to talk to their lawyer and not have to go through the rigmarole in order to do it. Our clients, they don't mind communicating in our secure client portal in order for us to maintain attorney-client privilege. Most of our clients are tired of being billed in 6-minute increments. When you ask one question via email and then you get a bill for $150, and they prefer to have flat fees so that they can manage their legal costs on the front end. Most of our clients, they don't want to have to chase down their lawyer for updates. They want to have a relationship with their counsel where they receive consistent updates that don't require their prompting. They appreciate calendar notifications, texts, and regular updates on the status of their case. Most of our clients are tired of being overpromised and underdelivered to. They're tired of working with firms, and they started off, it was a positive experience, and now they can't get a call back. The lawyer or the law firm told them it would take 2 weeks, and it ended up taking 2 months. Most of the clients that we work with, they value a boutique, a high-touch experience, and they like that they're able to book a call at their convenience with a private Calendly link, right? And lastly, all of our clients are at a stage in their business where they're ready to invest in legal expertise. They've outgrown LegalZoom, they've outgrown contract templates, they're not using ChatGPT or AI for legal advice, and they really have set aside the money, time, and financially in order to have a partner as they grow and scale in their business. All right, so who are our ideal clients? We work with a number of different professional services type of businesses in Georgia, right? So medical doctors that have their own practices, dentists, CPAs, architects, business consultants, optometrists, real estate investors, and chiropractors are some of the experts that we have worked with in helping them with their business, whether that is business formation documents, employment agreements, master services agreements. We work with experts that need expertise. All right, and so what is it like working with us? All right, so Before we get into kind of the process of onboarding, I just want to talk a little bit about kind of the new client experience. So clients that are interested in working with us, you can schedule a free fit call with our intake coordinator extraordinaire, and she will make sure that your legal needs align with what we provide, right? So for example, if you are interested in doing securities work or you're trying to raise money from investors, that's outside the scope of what we do, right? And so we will advise you on the front end through our intake coordinator whether or not the practice area and the contracts and the advice that you need are within the scope of our expertise. If you have questions and you want legal advice, you can schedule a call with me directly on our website, a 30 or a 60-minute call for us to talk about legal questions that you may have concerning your business. If you have a contract that you're already using or one that has been presented to you from a partner or a vendor and you would like to have that contract reviewed, you can schedule a strategy session, which is a 60-minute call that includes up to 10 pages of document review. And all of those things can be scheduled directly on our website, and that's prior to beginning this onboarding process that we're about to talk through now. All right, so once you decide that you want to work with us, we'll send you a proposal. You'll sign that engagement agreement electronically, and then you'll pay your attorney's fees. Most of our attorney's fees are flat fee. And so you'll know right at the beginning what it is you're going to pay for the scope of our representation, right? So we accept Visa, MasterCard, Amex, and Discover, and we also have financing through Affirm for people who are qualified. Now, I'll tell you guys right now, I cannot approve you. I have no influence on the application process. There's a link that we can make available to you, and you can apply for attorney's fees up to, I believe it's $18,000 through Affirm. Right? Our lowest available contract is $3,500, and then it goes up to upwards of $30,000 for our acquisition plans, right? So once you've signed that engagement agreement, paid your fees, you're going to get an email invitation to our secure portal, and it's going to have all of this information as far as what the next steps are, any outstanding tasks that we need from you in order to begin working, and then the next steps, calendars and things of that nature. So you'll receive that, and you'll complete that intake questionnaire, and then we'll begin working to draft version 1 of whatever contract that you are working with us on. If you're working with us on the contract rehab program, then we'll have several different steps that we'll need to begin working on that specific program, right? So once you complete that, it'll be 7 to 10 days after completing that you'll receive the first draft of your contract and an explainer video like this, where I'm walking you through each of the provisions that I put in your contract, and I'm explaining to you the reasons why I'm recommending that contract. More times than not, you'll also have certain questions where I will say, do you want option A or option B? Here are the implications of option A. Here are the implications of option B. And I'll give you the opportunity to make that choice, and we will go through that contract accordingly. Once I've sent you that, you'll give me your feedback and, hey, well, these are the choices I want to make. We'll have a contract debrief session, and we'll make those final revisions to your contract before we deliver that to you. So normally this entire process takes up to 10 days, but that's subject to your availability. If you're not available, for example, for 2 weeks and we don't get the feedback back, then we're not going to be able to move forward with version 2 of your contract or the final version. All right, so this is a quick look at the portal that you would be logging into. So it's a simple, easy to manage and go through portal. You'll click on that client access and you'll create your credentials immediately upon signing your engagement and paying your attorney's fees. Once you log into it, you'll be able to see task number 1, complete this intake form, task number 2, review your explainer video, etc. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about just contract drafting in general and kind of the misnomer that writing contracts is a copy and paste process, right? So a lot of times the misconception is that, hey, you know, I hired you to write a contract, you're doing the same contract that you gave your previous client, and that is not true, right? So the process that we take is first we look at your actual business and your specific industry, right? So we're looking at the regs, the regulations, the laws, case law, what's happening in the industry, and we use all of that information to inform the strategy behind what we're going to put in your specific contract. Then we're going to assess your contracts, your insurance, and your team to make sure that there aren't any other large risks that are lurking as with respect to your business. Then we're going to implement that risk assessment plan, right? So we're going to fix your contracts, we're going to provide you with some insurance recommendations, and then we're going to help you manage your people to avoid lawsuits or mismanagement of proprietary information and things of that nature. And lastly, once we've done all of that, we'll check in every 6 to 12 months, depending upon how your business is scaling, to see if we need to update contracts, make sure that you have adequate insurance as you're continuing to grow, and make sure that your risk mitigation strategy is aligned with your team. All right, so there's so many different ways to work with us. So the first one would be a la carte contract drafting, right? So let's say you are a medical doctor, you're starting your practice, you want to form a professional corporation, right? You can work with us to draft those bylaws for that specific entity when you're starting your business. Alternatively, we also do multi-member LLCs. For single-member LLCs, most of the time we advise clients to work with a different or a cheaper cost option, because just to be frank with you all, like the cost of retaining a lawyer to draft your operating agreement, if it's only you, even if the contract is crappy, the risk is so low because only you can disagree with you, right? So even if there's conflicting terms, even if you don't have buy-sell provisions and those types of things, it's still within the purview of being one individual person managing the business. And so as far as a cost-benefit analysis, it doesn't make sense for you to invest those thousands of dollars. Now, there are always exceptions to that rule. And so sometimes there's investors that want to be involved at a later date, or maybe you're looking at SBA funding and they want to see certain provisions there. So, but typically our sweet spot as far as business formation are professional corporations and multi-member LLCs. We also do employment manuals and contracts, master services agreements, vendor agreements, joint venture agreements, acquisition, purchase sale agreements, and commercial lease review and negotiation. So any contract that you would encounter over the course of providing services in the state of Georgia for your business, we can assist you with redlining those contracts, negotiating them, or drafting them from scratch. All right, thanks guys so much for taking the time to watch this video about our process of working with Edmunds Law. If you are ready to schedule a call, go ahead and click the link below to schedule a time to talk to our intake coordinator or schedule a paid consult to speak with me. Talk soon. Bye-bye.